In this video, we will see about the immune system, in particular about the specific defense mechanism that is present. So here we have immune system which comprises of a group of specific proteins released by WBCs, that is antibodies, and these keep circulating in the blood plasma and in the lymph, and this forms the main and specific defense mechanism and forms the third line of defense against pathogen and harmful microbes, which are able to penetrate the first two line of defense. And the most important characteristic is that it has ability to recognize and distinguish between its own cells and a invader cell or a non-specific cell or a structure. The foreign molecules that enter the body are termed as antigens. These are also proteins, and these are large molecules found on the cell wall or cell membrane of the bacteria or on coat of the viruses. Now, if we see the type of these specific immunity can be divided into natural or innate and artificial or acquired immunity. Now, if we take the natural or innate immunity is termed as inborn immunity. So, this is naturally present from the time of birth. So, it is a type of genetic protection that we have against infection, and it is dependent on the person's genetic makeup. So, DNA is the one basic distinguishing feature. Now, in innate immunity, we have two types, that is non-specific and specific. It is non-specific because it is a natural defense to all the pathogens, and the defense is not specific to a particular pathogen or disease. Example, immunity in our body against diseases that are caused in plants and other animals. Specific immunity, on the other hand, is specific to a pathogen or foreign substance, and it is not effective against other non-specific thing. So if it kills one group or one type of bacteria or virus, it cannot kill the other pathogens. Example is, on getting vaccinated for a particular disease, we get specific immunity against the disease. Next type is known as the artificial or acquired immunity. Acquired because we develop or acquire it during our lifetime. So once a person acquires immunity against a particular disease, he normally does not get this again in the lifetime. Example, we have polio, measles, etc. Acquired immunity is also of two types. One is actively acquired immunity, known as active immunity, or passively acquired, that is the passive immunity. Now, active immunity is produced in one's own body. This is developed by individual due to previous infection exposure or antigen exposure which has entered the body naturally. That is, if I get flu during rainy season or summer, or by going into water or playing around, that is naturally acquired, and it is introduced artificially in case of vaccination. So whether it is naturally induced or injected or artificially induced, so body will develop a long lasting memory and it can defend the body against the pathogens. Now, passive immunity is provided to individual from an outside source in the form of ready-made antibodies. And these can be divided into two main types, that is naturally acquired passive immunity, and the second is artificially acquired passive immunity. Now, in the first, that is the naturally acquired passive immunity, the antibodies produced in someone else's body reach the person naturally. Example, antibodies produced by the mother will reach the fetus by the structure, that is the placenta. Now, artificially acquired passive immunity is where antibodies produced elsewhere is introduced into the person artificially. Example, antibodies produced in horse's body against a snake poison are introduced into the person who has got a snake bite. So these antibodies will go into the person's body and kill the toxins. or the antibodies produced by diphtheria patient can be used against diphtheria infection in other person also. I hope this topic is clear to you. Thank you.